Hi everyone, I'm just about to click go live on Facebook. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Good evening everyone. It is December 20th, 2018, and you are on live with Ruth Theresa. I'm a psychic medium out of Sugar Land, Texas. It's one of those. So I have several things to explain to you guys and talk to y'all about, and then I'll open myself up and we'll answer a question from each of you as people start joining in. We're only just a couple of seconds into it. So we got Ms. Lori on. I've got several things that I'm going to explain and talk about, but if y'all have any questions, go ahead and put them on and I will answer them. I do have a Psychic 101 class starting in January. I've got two of them. I've got one on the weekday and then one on the weekend classes. So I've got that coming up. The weekday classes start on the 14th, and then the weekend classes, hi Miss Courtney, I have the weekend classes starting on the 21st. So I have several people signed up for each of them, and that's going to be an amazing class. I even have a couple of return students that are coming back to Psychic 101 after some life events happen, so that's always fun, and see what else they can learn before they go into 202. The other thing I have going on in January is I have a New Year, New You group reading, January 26, 2019, at my home here in Sugar Land. It looks like we may get a little bit too big and we may end up going into a hotel just for more space. But I've got discount tickets on sale right now, half price. It's normally $50 a ticket. It's right now on sale for $25 a ticket. So that's always, yay, lots of fun. I'm so excited. We've got a couple of things that are coming up psychically in energy that a lot of people have been asking about. One of them is we have the winter solstice that actually started today, and it's the longest night of the year. And then we've also got a new moon starting tomorrow. And then on top of this, on both days, kind of joining both days together, we have a meteor shower coming in. And this is bringing up old information and old news, things that you kind of like the newspaper from last year. Although a lot of people are kind of like, why is this coming up, or why is this relevant for now? And a lot of it is because you didn't deal with it last time, so you need to deal with it correctly this time so that you can keep moving forward. I've also got some other videos coming up, and we'll talk about those here in a little bit. If y'all have any questions, go ahead and post them, and I'll work my way through the questions. Hi, Miss Susie. If you have any questions, I will be doing a video on automatic writing. I've had several clients and friends talk to me about learning how to do automatic writing, so I will do a couple of videos on that. So probably 2 videos just so everybody can see everything and learn correctly how to do automatic writing, which is kind of just learning how to write what your angels tell you to say. Let's see. Hi, Miss Kaylee. Happy holidays, Miss Christy. Hi, Miss Tanya. Post your questions if you've got them. If at any point during the time, make sure that you're really clear on your question. Make sure if you're asking about a job change, make sure you put the year in there or time frame, like spring of 2019. This is going to happen. So make sure you get a little bit clarity, but not completely. I don't need to know everything. I don't need to, what's happening? Christy, that is a really good question. What is happening with your love life? I think part of what's been happening with your love life is what I was talking about earlier. The winter solstice, the full moon, and then this meteor shower. You've got some old stuff, so almost kind of like people that remind you of people that you already let go of a long time ago. Like, I've grown past this. This isn't a good relationship coming back in with you. So I would say be very clear when you get some information that's coming through. Let's see, we've got a couple of them are like old people that you've dealt with, but it's one of those. I also want to ask you personally, Christy, this is kind of like a more food for thought, kind of really think about it. What are you demanding from these people? I think sometimes you're almost like too chill about things and not letting things upset you as much. And not that you need to be upset by everything, but it's one of those, you're letting too many things slide. You're letting too much information go past without calling them on information of like, hey, you said you were going to contact me today, or this is about to happen, or what should I do about this? It's one of those things are changing and shifting for you. And along with a lot of other people, Christy, there's a lot of new stuff. So let's see, Miss Lori. I'm really interested in taking some real estate or realtor classes in 2019. Is this a good move from you? Actually, no, it isn't a good move for you, Lori. I would say it's kind of almost backpedaling. What you really need to go through is what you trained on last year on Feng Shui and push that energy the right direction and where you want it to go. So I would say this is really important that you stay focused on it. And this is a business that will push you through. Probably you'll have this business probably the next 10 to 11 years, possibly going into 12 years. So this is something that's really coming at you. Marlene, your future. Okay, so Marlene, I'm going to go in and ask my cards for your financial question. Okay, so I'm gonna revise your question, Marlene, and ask about in 2019 and just kind of keep it more simple. I have a message about your future financially in 2019. So I get the card, body care. And the thing is, and why you're pushing energy away from you financially is because you push it towards everybody else. You push this energy, I'll take care of everybody else and I'll deal with myself later on. And you never really get to you, and you never take care of yourself. You need to have open hands and allow other people to come into you and financially support you. And not just you. You are always constantly, Marlene, like you take care of the world. You are like the mama of the world, and you just take care of and take care of and take care of. And it's not fine. It's not good for you. And that's what you're ending up doing with your financially. Like, I'll get my house straight later on, but let me do this for everybody else. Even on the airplane, they tell you to take care of yourself first before you take care of your loved ones. Take care of yourself, Marlene, and your financial house will start to spin. And I will be doing a video that you really need to be looking forward to, and it's going to be changing your thinking 180 degrees. It is going to be a very powerful reading. I've got it mostly set up now, but I will be posting that sometime tomorrow or the next day. So that's something, Marlene, for you to really be looking for. Katie Lynn, how is your love life? So Katie, I've got the card. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. New loves that are coming at you. So I have some new love interests that are coming in. I also feel like that's really going to be important as we move forward in 2019. Katie, I feel like there are some new love interests coming. Probably this kind of, what I explain to people is there are times that we're more likely to fall in love with people, and you're just about to hit that the beginning of January 9th or so, and this will last until the end of June for you. And one of the things I get for you, Katie, is that you are a fixer-upper. You are like a mechanic of men, and you go, he's not what I want, but I can fix him. I can change him. And it doesn't work. It's very annoying for them. It's one of those, and it turns up into be really bad energy for you. So it's one of those, it's something that you have got to really fix and really take care of. So be careful with that. I feel like there's some different energy coming at you that you need to take care of, and really take care of your love life. And just like I was telling Chrissy before, it's one of those, what are you expecting from them? do you want a commitment? Do you want to just be texted all the time? It's one of those, have what you're willing to put up with, your boundaries, and allow them to stay within those. And if not, you've got plenty of their time, but you don't want to waste it on someone who doesn't care for you. So a lot of times when we have those love cycles come in, a lot of people show up and they're kind of like time wasters. I call them energy vampires, and they just literally come around with so much negative energy, or they take our time away. So then the person that we really could have been with and really been happy with moves on because they're like, obviously she doesn't want to be with me. So let's see. Kaylee Miller, will my family be in our own home in the next 2 months? I would say answer is no, Kaylee. I feel like it's closer to Valentine's Day, so it's a little bit longer, like 2.5, almost 3-ish months. I would just say, and I do feel like it's going to be right around the final papers, this final signing of everything is coming in right around Valentine's Day, just so you'll be ready for that. Let's see. Sandra, Sophia, what is in my future? That's kind of a hard question. 2019, what's in my future? Sandra. Let's see what's coming in at you, and the card for you is new beginnings. You have a lot of new beginnings coming in at you. It's one of those, there's a lot of new things. Not just you, a lot of people are coming into some new information in 2019. A lot of energy will be taken care of in 2019. And a lot of people that have been doing their work, not that everybody hasn't been, the people that have been doing their work are really going to start seeing that come and bring in new financial abundance, new security in that area. Let's see, Tanya. Okay, hold on. I moved too far up. What will the rest of 2018 be for you? Tanya, I kind of really feel like 2018, the rest of it is kind of clearing out what isn't working for you. So start changing. If it doesn't work, let it go. Clean out your closets, start letting things go. That's always a really good time to do at the end of the year. I would also say that there are several relationships with friends that you may need to, I'm not saying cut it off. What I'm saying is you might not want to put them as thinking of your best friend if they haven't really reciprocated at this point, to push them off and just go, they're more acquaintances, and that's okay. Karen, will Michael really come to see me? And are you asking more, Karen, are you asking more 2018 or 2019? Because I'm getting double mixed messages. So if you'll repost that question, I will re-answer it. Courtney, what will 2019 bring for you? Courtney, I feel like money. There's some new money coming to you, Miss Courtney. And I feel like with this new money, there's a new promotion. So it's all career related. And I do feel if there isn't bonuses tied into the position you're at now, what you do now, there will be in the future. I feel like a lot of bonus money, a lot of extra cash flowing in at me. What do you see for my family? Hi, Miss Henia. What do you see for my family in 2019? The real message, Henia, that I get right off the bat, I'm going to pull a card though. What I really get for you is peace and divine guidance. He's guiding your steps. There's a reason why things didn't happen the way they were supposed to. There's a reason. Understand that there's a reason, and he's guiding you. But I do feel like there's a lot more peace and a lot more happiness coming in at you, but a very peaceful happiness. Okay. Thank you, Marlene. Let's see. Linda, any feeling about having funds for Christmas? Okay, Linda, you're going to be one of my girls that need to listen to my video that I post either tonight or tomorrow morning as soon as I get a chance. I want you to understand it's changing your thinking 180. God has already placed all the abundance that you require on this planet. Hi, Letitia. Already here. So I want you to understand that the abundance is there. All you have to do is be open to it. But if your fists are like this and you're saying, I can't afford that, I can't afford that, God goes, okay, obviously you didn't want to afford it, so I'm going to take it back. So you've got to start changing your thinking about your money. This is a big thing for you, Linda, a big thing for you. Will I be able to visit family out of state? Linda, I'm not, you didn't give it tight enough information. So you're very well, Miss Tanya, Miss Courtney, you're very welcome. Is Mr. Wright in my future? Susie. Did not already answer one for Miss Susie. Chelsea, are we going to move into a house in August? No, I feel like it's going to be more like October. I do feel like you'll stay in the same apartment that you're in now, but I do feel like it'll be October. But you've already got to start looking. You're almost like behind the line right now. You have got to start looking and narrowing the searches of what areas and what you really desire in a house. And the more houses you look at, the more you start really realizing it. And even looking at your friends and family houses as you go around over Christmas time and holidays, it's really good. Like, what do I like about their house, or what do I not like about their house? Do I like this style house? Do I like that style house? And which one works best for me? And so that's really important that you start dealing with that right away and start looking for your new home. And I do feel like it, like I said, it'll go into closing mid-October is what I'm getting, kind of mid-October in that area. If y'all have any questions, you can post them now. I'd be more than happy to answer anybody who's new who hasn't answered, or I haven't seen a question from you. I try to only answer one question so everybody gets a chance to answer or get a question answered. Like I said, I will be doing a couple of new videos. If y'all have any ideas or suggestions for some new videos, I would love to do that with you guys. I will be doing one on automatic writing. I will be doing one on energy within the family, and that'll be a great one for the holidays. And then I've got one that's changing your thinking 180 degrees, new thoughts for a new outcome. I do have a couple of new ghost stories. I have a couple of new ghosts that are with me in the house. Like I said, I went down to a funeral down to where I grew up, down in the Rio Grande Valley this last week, and went to a friend's funeral, and that was really something that was really powerful, and there were a lot of ghosts down there, and so I have some amazing ghost stories, some really fun ones for you guys. No, Susie will define Mr. Right, but she needs to define her boundaries first before Mr. Right comes in, and that's the one that will be coming in, and her love cycle starts in February, so you've got a little bit of time, Susie, to kind of get ready to go, kind of get ready to set those boundaries. So let's see, Keith. You do have a new job that's coming, and I kind of feel like there's a couple of positions that will be open to you in different areas, and you're going to have to pick and choose which one you think suits you the best. I would not take the first one that comes along. Don't grab that first one that comes along and just like, oh my gosh, this is going to get me out of the place I'm at. It's one of those, all it will end up doing is changing locations with the same crazy people that you've already been dealing with. So kind of that same, it's kind of like, hi, Miss Debbie, crazy stuff that will be coming in. So it's one of those, when you make a change, make sure that you do it with really forethought and some energy with it, because I do feel like maybe the second position or the third position that you get offered will be a much better match for you and what's going on with you. So if you have any questions, if you haven't asked a question yet, I'd be love to answer your question. It's one of those, so if you've got a question, I'd be more than happy to answer you. Like I said, I've got some new information. I've got some new ghosts coming at me that have some amazing stories. A couple of them have really surprised me that I've had. One of them was a friend of mine that passed away December of last year, and he had some amazing stories, and he's going to be coming in with some new stories for me. And then I've got several new ghosts that I picked up in the valley, and then my friend that passed has also been with me for a while. So he's had some really funny stories, and he is kind of Got a comment for everything is the way I'm going to put it. He's got some comments about everything that's going on. An opinion about everything. I will also be doing, where's my next job offer at for Allison? Allison, I feel like your next job offer that you're really going to consider will come in February, and it will be more what you're really looking for. And so I would say really start thinking about what you want, industry you want to go to or change into, and what information, you're a lot, because you're such sensitive, you're going to have to figure out what you can sell or what you like about the company. You have to love what you sell before you can sell it. That's just kind of your gears, the way you're made. It's one of those, if you're not into it, you can't really do it. So it's one of those, I would say very much change what you really want. I know this is really crazy. I've got like 3 of them talking in my head at the same time. So Allison, get clear about what you want to do, how you want to work your life, what company you really would like to work for. And when the job offers start rolling in, and I feel like they will really not start rolling in until the end of January, the beginning of February, before that starts happening. I do feel like the company you come in with will have a job bonus, sign-on bonus or something like that, couple $100 or $500 or something like that. So just know that that's about to change for you. There will be a couple of them coming at you. So any other questions? Any other questions? Any other information? Anything else? We're going to go ahead and go until 9:30. If y'all have some other questions, if not, I'll stop early. I can do it. I can do it. It's one of those. If y'all have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to answer them. Like I said, I've got the winter solstice information. I'll be doing a video on just after I finish this, and I'll be posting that. It's one of those. There are several new ghosts coming at me. So I've got winter solstice coming at us. I've got some new ghosts, and then I've got a couple of videos that I'll be posting probably in the next 24 to 48 hours. So those will be all posted and going live. And I may have, there we go. We're finally getting someone else. Lori, okay, Lori's asking if adding a professional organizer training to the feng shui. I think that might help some, but it's one of those, I also feel like you're backpedaling. This feng shui thing you're really, really good at, added on with the abilities that you already have. It's one of those, this is going to be a very powerful thing for you to do. And I do feel like you're going to end up doing this for a lot more companies than you can possibly imagine. So that's all coming at you really soon. Let's see. Okay. So Christy's back on. I would say, Christy, if you haven't changed your career in 2018, the very end of it, from October on, I feel like there is a company change that will be coming with you, that will be making some upgrades for yourself. Some new insights are coming and opening up for you in that area. So don't just look necessarily at the same industry that you've been in. Start looking at other industries that you can do the same thing or very similar things. I do feel like it is a time right now that you should be gaining more money. So I do feel like you're underpaid where you're at. So that's something to really consider making a change in 2019. I do feel like that will happen kind of early in 2019, March or April time frame. And then the new job position will be starting end of April, beginning of May. So before Mother's Day, you'll be in a new position, a new job. So let's see what else we got down here. Megan Holmes. Do you see anything big happening for me in 2019? Megan, are you pregnant? I keep feeling a baby around you. So, Megan, are you pregnant? Or are you hoping to be pregnant? because there's an infant around you. So I'm not sure if it's on its way in or on its way out. So if you can answer that for me, Megan, it would help me, because I just feel them around you. I don't feel like if they're coming in or leaving at this point. So it's one of those, I feel like there's some babies. So if that's something that's important to you, or maybe you work with babies, I just can't feel babies around you. So it's one of those babies. I can't do anything else but babies. So Megan, answer my question for me, please. Megan, no. Okay, no, you have a 10-month-old. That's the baby I'm feeling. Okay, that's the baby. That's the baby I feel. I feel the baby. So for you, Megan, I do feel like your 10-month-old kind of takes over your world. I also get some insight on the 10-month-old that you have. There is a lot of energy around them. I would start now before the energy. They're very sensitive to energy. So putting a pinch of pink Himalayan sea salt, a literal pinch of pink Himalayan sea salt in their bath once a week will help keep their energy clear. Very sensitive. I would also be very cautious about them being allergic to a lot of different things, a lot of different medications or other things. So be very careful with the baby. But I would say for you, Megan, there may be another baby on their way in, and that may be getting pregnant late 2019. But I also feel like I feel this need with you that I need to get a job or make more money. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a deficit in that area. Remember, all you have to do is open up, and God has all of his abundance ready for us. So change your words and you can change your life. It's very important. So anybody else with a question? What's your question? I got my cards. My favorite thing to play with is my cards. I think I told y'all last week, this is my favorite deck. This is called Healing with the Angels. It's an oracle card deck. It's an angel card deck. And so this is the one I've had for probably 15, 16 years. Oh, my mom. Okay. Susie, with your parents, I really feel like I'm more concerned about mom, and I may be picking that up from you, but I do feel like there is more concern with your mom than there is necessarily your dad. I feel like there's some changes coming in her health. If it hasn't already happened, it's about to come in. So it's one of those, be very cautious. And if she hasn't, I feel like she's been to some doctors though. What's the next piece of information? If y'all are new and just joining us in, you're more than welcome to ask a question. So Megan, I feel, sorry, Susie. I'm really concerned more about your mom than anybody else. And I would say it's probably heart related, because my heart is really hurting in my chest. So that's something that you need to be aware of, and something that I would take her to definitely to a doctor to have this looked at. Okay. So Miss Nora, I'm going to pull a card for you. I'm going to fill out the rest of your question for you. The rest of your question is there anything in the cards for me about money in 2019? 2019, and it's the last card, and it's, see if I can do it. Oh, there we go. Healing. There are some issues with you and money. I would say one of the things that I'm getting for you, Miss Nora, is that when you were growing up, you really listened to people. You were very obedient in that way, especially as a small child. You may not be that way anymore, but you were as a small child. So it's something that I would say is really important for you. When people told you things about money, when people told you money is dirty, money is nasty, don't put it around your face, don't put it in your mouth, it's dirty, it's all these kind of things, that's where you need to start making some changes about what comes in at you, coming in at you with the money. So changing your thinking. I often tell people, when I put my money in my, this is not money, but just in case, any money that comes into my purse, when I slide it into my wallet, I always whisper, even if it's just in my head, I say, bring some friends, because you always want your money to have lots of friends with you. So make sure that you have them inviting friends. Think about your money very carefully. Make sure you put it in your purse or in your wallet, and make sure that it's secure. But change your thinking, Nora, your things, your information, about money. And it could also be that I also see this with clients that had family members that had a family member that was very wealthy, and that they were very mean, or they were discourteous, or they were not kind. And so somehow in your thinking, you've got people that are not kind with people that are wealthy. But then you have this dichotomy of, like, I want to be wealthy, but at the same time, I want money. I don't want to be wealthy because wealthy people are mean or they're rude, but I want it at the same time. So then your soul is going, what the heck? Where are you going with this? If you think that people that have money are rude or not kind or whatever it is, when you bring that thinking in, it's going to change how you think about your world and how this money comes in at you. My last question is for Kimberly. Anything good to happen to me in the new year? So Kimberly, let's do an angel card reading. Let's see what we got. Okay, here we go. So my angel card reading for you is soulmate. So Kimberly, I don't know if you already have a soulmate. You may have another soulmate coming in. If you already have a soulmate, you're already married, this would mean that you would probably have a new soulmate coming in the form of a friend to push you into some different areas and some different things that you really require doing. So know that that's something that's coming to you really quickly. Okay. Nadia, if you have any questions, please post it now. I've got just a couple of minutes left. What do you see for me? Zachariah Holmes, what do you see for me? Miss Zachariah, let's see. What do you see for me in 2019? So, for you, I feel like there's some trust issues that will be resolved. There may be some others that come up that are not as important, but I do feel like a lot of them are being resolved. A lot of them are coming in with some new healthy energy for you, and coming into a new healed state. You're very welcome, Nora. If y'all wanted to do a private reading at some point, I do have a couple of clients that are really interested in doing a New Year, New You group reading online, and so there will be some tickets being sold for that. So that's something that will be coming up, and some more information. If you have any questions, you can always find me online at oneinspiringwoman.com. It's one of those. There are some changes coming there. Also, some new updates coming to my website. Nadia, if you have any questions, I will. I know I'm kind of going a little bit long tonight. If you have any questions, please post them. I will be more than happy to answer any questions. If not, I will be on Facebook Live next Thursday at 9 p.m. until 9:30 Central Standard Time. Do not post your questions ahead of time. It just makes me look in a lot